Hey guys, Tech Flash here, and what I have today in my hands is the Redmi K40 phone, which is the gaming edition one. Supposedly that is what's written here in Chinese or Mandarin, and believe me when I say that this is a proper gaming phone, because the features that the phone has were actually developed to make sure that this was 90% a gaming phone and 10% just a regular phone. This is the latest phone in the K series lineup from Redmi, and there have been 4 variants of this phone in the past, with this one being the 4th one. The box is also made to look like an advanced gaming device, and if you can see on the side, we have the high-res audio certification alongside the sound and speaker powered by JBL, which is very nice to see on a phone. Opening up the box, the first thing we see is the Game Start branding by Redmi, which gives us a further justification that this phone was developed especially for gaming. The booklet includes a manual and a clear case which is made up of soft plastic with a bunch of holes in it, and you'll find out exactly why in just a minute. Digging deeper into the box, we can see the actual device itself, which we will put to the side. Next, we see the charger and the cable. The cable is a very funky looking but very attractive yellow colored USB-C to regular USB, and another unique thing which you may have noticed is the angled cable design, which was done on purpose to stop your hands from obstructing the cable if you decide to game while charging your phone. The charger in the box is also the same funky attractive yellow color, which I really like. The charger is obviously a fast charger, and this is a 67 watt fast charging, which according to Redmi will charge your device from 0 to 100% in just 45 minutes. Removing the plastic wrap, we are now finally exposed to the actual phone, which I have to say is very attractive. I really love the way that it looks. The backside of the phone is aesthetically also designed as a gaming phone. We can see a triple camera setup, and next to it a very small feature which is very funny to me is the camera flash is in fact in the actual shape of a flash, which is very genius. We can see the Redmi branding on the back, and not sure if you can see it, but it actually says the word fighting in the middle of the back, which doesn't make much sense here, but we have to keep in mind that this phone is not for the international market. In fact, this is just limited to the Chinese market at the moment, so it seems like this was lost in translation. Although if we do see an international version for this phone, it may come in the shape of the Poco F3 GT, but there's no confirmed news on the debut, so it's as good as anyone's guess at the moment. Now we can safely say that the inspiration of this phone was brought from the Black Shark, which is another phone by Xiaomi, and that's actually a proper gaming phone. As we can see, there are side mounted triggers on the phone which you can extract or retract, and they're available on both sides, so you can take the triggers out when you're gaming and then close them once you're done and want to use this device as a regular phone. A fingerprint scanner has been provided at the side of the phone. We don't see any in-display fingerprint sensors, although the display is quite good, but it seems that it was removed for cost-cutting purposes and it wasn't included because typically this is very common to see on gaming phones since the main focus is on the internal hardware. We have an OLED 120Hz fast refresh rate screen which can go up to a staggering 480Hz, which is something that I am hearing and witnessing for the first time on a phone. One thing that I did notice is that this is quite a wide device as compared to other phones, and again the reason behind that is to keep in mind that you can get more screen real estate and provide you a gaming aesthetic for this phone. Also, not to forget, the front camera has a 16 megapixel sensor, which was quite average to say the least. Coming back to the main purpose of this phone, which is gaming, a very cool thing that I did witness was that when we open up a game and the phone goes into game mode, we see an illuminated LED go off on the back around the camera. The light does turn off after a few seconds and only comes up when we turn the game mode on. It's not permanently on, maybe because the Black Shark, which as I said is a proper gaming phone, which is the bigger and full-fledged brother of this phone, has the feature where you can actually see the lights turned on at all times, kind of to give it an RGB factor. So Xiaomi would have wanted to distinguish between these two phones and keep some of the best features for that phone specifically, but nevertheless this does give it kind of like an RGB lighting vibe to it. Specs wise, we get 12 gigs of RAM paired with the Dimensity 1200 chip, so it is a solid device, and additionally this does support 5G connectivity with dual SIMs. I also wanted to show you, if we look at the speakers on the phone, phone, we can see the speaker grill is kind of shaped like a J, which tells me this was done in support for JBL, which is powering the speakers on this phone. The speakers are very high quality stereo speakers which are available on both sides to give you an even distribution of sound, and at this price point this may as well be the very best sounding phone without any question. The phone is paired with Gorilla Glass 5 on both sides, so you do get that premium protection in case you do drop it. One thing to keep in mind is that since this phone is limited to the Chinese market, you don't get many of the Google features like the Play Store, although there are ways to do it and we have actually installed it on this phone, but just thought you guys should be aware of this as well. Coming to a conclusion, I personally think this is a great phone which is specifically made for people who want to take mobile gaming seriously. The price point is also very reasonable. This comes to around $470, which is not bad at all for what you get from this phone. Anyways, that will be all for this video, and please let us know your feedback, or if you want to know more about this phone or other phones, or if you have any questions, because we do go through the comments and we try to answer as many comments as possible. Your feedback is valuable to us, so remember to drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the bell icon to stay up to date with more similar videos. And until then, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.